complaint online. So I just wanted to put it out here on TikTok that don't trust United Airlines for anything, because even if you do have a seat and you have bought it months in advance, your seat doesn't exist and it will never exist. So we have a flight at 2:30. We get to the airport at 1:30. We have basic economy seats for a flight from San Diego to Denver, Denver to Bozeman. This flight is at 2:30. So we get here at 1:30. Everything's all good. I have all of the luggage requirements, like everything. We see the flight is delayed from 2:30 to 3:30. And like we kind of have a tight connection. So then I go up to the desk agent, who is the supervisor. You can tell it says it. He has a shirt on. We can see. I'm like, hey, I'm on this flight. Like, I have a connection to Bozeman. Like, I just want to double check. He gets my name. He checks. He's like, oh, you'll be like cutting it close so it gets delayed anymore. Like, I would come back. I'm like, okay, sounds good. We're just gonna cross our fingers, whatever. I go and I call United. Like, I'm kind of freaking out, like, internally, because I don't want to miss this flight. So I call United customer service, and she's like, oh, here are some backup options, whatever. You could do this if you get to Denver and it gets delayed even more. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. I'm going to keep this flight and hopefully I don't have to call you back. Like, thank you so much. 100% did not change the flight, did not give up a seat, did not do anything, okay? Foreshadowing. Then, it's like 3:10 maybe. And they're like, okay, group 6, that's us. First people up for group 6, because that's what we are. I go up there, I scan my thing, he goes, you're not on the list, like, step aside. So I step aside. I'm like, I'm gonna do forever. Okay, yeah, I'll step aside, sure. Let me just step aside for you. And the desk agent's being real quiet. And I said, like, it's probably for like 5 minutes, so it's 3:15. Keep in mind, I see on the sign, boarding doors close at 3:20. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be calm. Then I hear him say, should we pull off the standby people on his walkie-talkie? So I look up at the screen. 2 people from standby are in me and my boyfriend's seats. He's with me. He's over there. 2 people from standby are in our seats. In our seats, I can see it. It's green. It's check mark. He literally just said it on a walkie-talkie. And he's like, I'm waiting for a supervisor. I'm like, okay. A supervisor walks past me. He's like, we'll get you on another flight. I'm like, hold on, I have seats on this flight. Like, look right here. I have seats on this flight. I bought this months ago. Like, why is someone from standby in my seat? What is going on? And I was like, I'm not about to be a Karen. I'm not about to yell in this airport. I don't want to make it worse. So I was quiet. A desk agent literally goes in, says on the walkie-talkie, doors to gate 42 are closed, comes back out, shuts the door, and the plane literally backs up while this man is looking to help us. And so I'm just like so upset at this point. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I'll have an update in a minute. Plane literally flies off at this point. And I'm like, I don't want to be rude, but like, that's what's happening. He gave us $15 food vouchers and said, make a complaint online. I wrote it in the notes. I don't know why that happened. You can complain online. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, isn't that your job as a supervisor to like fix? Basically what United gate workers did here at San Diego Airport is they either let someone on, someone paid to be on, something of that sort, and I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but that's the only thing that makes sense. Someone from standby was in our seats on the plane. We came up to the gate and they said we couldn't get on because they were already in our seats and they have a time the plane needs to take off. We were on time, at the airport on time, but no, thank God, he got us on a Delta flight that leaves 3 hours later and gets in 4 hours later at 1 a.m. What do you mean the next day? And then I called the also customer service line. She was nice, but she said, put in a complaint online. So I just wanted to put it out here on TikTok that don't trust United Airlines for...
So they bought seats months in advance, arrived on time, only to have United Airlines give away their seats to standby passengers. After waiting calmly, they watched the plane leave with someone else in their seats. And the supervisor's solution, a $15 food voucher and a suggestion to complain online. Finally, United moves them to a Delta flight hours later. This isn't just frustrating, it's a blatant disregard for paying customers. And really, complain online? United, get it together.
somebody's hair today. She was very sweet about it. She was very nice about it, but couldn't get my shit together. A lot of people go into this line of work because it's amazing, and you work for yourself and you make your own hours and you get to spend time with your kids, and you can make really good money doing it, but all it takes, and it's my fault, I did a consultation with her. Super, super nice lady. So nice. And I did her daughter's hair too, and her daughter's hair turned out amazing. I did her consultation, and I misunderstood what she wanted. And I thought she wanted one thing, and she wanted another. And I did the first thing, and got all the way done. It took like 4 hours, which my highlight and color is like a 3-hour service. I don't use heat, and I use low volume. Her hair was super fine, and I was worried about breaking it. So she was here for a while, and that's my standard. It took a little bit longer because I was doing her daughter's hair at the same time. She was here for like 4.5 hours, and I got all the way done, and I was drying her hair. I was blow drying her hair, and it hadn't lifted very well, which we knew. She told me that her hair didn't lift very well, and it didn't. And blow drying her hair, I get her hair all the way dry, and before I style it, I flip it over her shoulders, you know, her shoulders, so that she can see it. And I said, well, it didn't lift as light as I would have hoped, but at least it's lighter. And she looks at me in the mirror, and she's like, I wanted it darker. I don't understand how I misunderstood that so badly, but I did. So she had to leave because she had to pick up her son. So she left with a new color on her hair that's darker to wash it out at home because she had to go. I obviously didn't charge her. I gave her a free product. I don't normally like this. And this is the side of this industry that you don't see. But it happens, and it happens to everybody, and it's been a really long time since I've messed up somebody's hair. I mean, I don't think I'm the best by any stretch, but I'm good at what I do. But I wasn't good today. This industry is not for the weak. You need to have thick skin. You need to be resilient. You need to let things roll off your back. That's what they say. But in reality, I've spent a lot of time in the dispensaries, the rooms where the hairstylists go to mix their color. And I've seen so many stylists crying in that room. Because we don't have thick skin. Because we're human. And because we f up. And we make mistakes. And our entire career could be over with one mistake. Oh God, because not everybody's understanding. Not everybody is willing to come back. Not everybody is willing to give you a second chance, or to just understand that you just misunderstood or you had a bad day. Not everybody's like that. I've been doing hair for almost 8 years. I've messed up plenty of times. And if any hairstylist says they don't mess up, they're fucking lying. If you're a new stylist, I just wanted to show this side of the industry. If you are a new stylist, if you're in hair school, if you're a baby stylist, whatever, it's gonna happen. It is. It's gonna happen to you. If you're lucky, it'll happen with somebody who is understanding and is very kind about the whole thing and will give you a second chance. Or at least not splatter your name everywhere about how fucking cool you are. But it's gonna happen. And this industry's hard. It's very hard. And there's always somebody new who's younger and who's better and who presents themselves as knowing better than you and can do better than you. And maybe they can, and maybe they do. They're going to too. That's all. I just wanted to be very raw about it and show a side of this that a lot of people hide, because if you show weakness in this industry, or if you show a weak point, or if you admit that you everybody is just going to swoop in and be better than you. And you know what? That's fine, because one day their day will happen and the same thing will happen to them. So, anyway, be kind to your local hairstylist. Try our best. Love you.
There's a raw honesty in admitting that mistakes happen, even in a field where one slip-up can tank a reputation. Hairstylists face intense pressure. Clients expect perfection, and one mix-up can make or break future business. This stylist's courage to share their vulnerability highlights an important message. Pros are humans too. Newcomers should brace for slip-ups, but also hope to meet understanding clients who recognize the effort behind each style. At the end of the day, this story is a call to approach mistakes with kindness and patience.
Brother, what? 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 I just got an MRI for the first time, and what in the hell was that? What was that? First of all, I never knew I was claustrophobic until 20-30 minutes ago, hour ago. Never knew I was claustrophobic till then. And no matter how much anybody tries to explain the process of an MRI, you're not prepared for it. I had my homie Munoz over the weekend was like, oh man, it's gonna be, they put you in a tunnel and da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. The moment the nice young lady started to zoom my body into the thing, I said, no. I said, absolutely not. They put the things on my head, the earplugs, and I went in head first. I said, nope. I started banging on the thing from the inside. I probably didn't even get this far down. I said, absolutely not, take me out of this contraption. I will not be having this today. And I know what to do, because I need an MRI for my back. It's kind of messed up right now. So yeah, we had to flip my body around and put me in feet first. And even that was a challenge in the process, but I did it. And then once you get in there, it's what I imagine that the oceanic submarine folks, what they heard on the outside of the submarine shell before they imploded. It's literally just like bop, 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 rah, 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 bop, 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 bop. Like the whole time that you're in there. And like, how am I supposed to concentrate on staying still when I got Normandy, Doomsday going on outside? It's just like, rah, bop, 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 bop. Like I felt like I was going through the 7 stages of hell the whole time I was in this. How is this allowed? How is this legal? Whoa. It's 2024. Is there not a better way to accomplish what an MRI is supposed to accomplish without subjecting people to what I just went through? My goodness gracious, good grief, Charlie Brown. I never want to have to do that again. I hope they find whatever's going on in my back and cure me so I don't ever have to go through that again. And I was so nervous in there as they going pop, 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 pop of moving, because I heard if you move, you got to start over. So I had to pull over and vent, because I'm so anxious right now. I even had to unbuckle my seatbelt because I felt claustrophobic in the seatbelt now. Is this going to affect my well-being going forward? Is there such a thing as like post-MRI syndrome where I'm going to just like be in bed and just be like, oh God, and just be jumping? Like, I'm at a loss. I'm never getting an MRI again, ever. Ever.
Oh, I feel this one. MRIs are no joke. They look like no big deal, but in reality, they're a full-on sensory experience. And the sounds are like some kind of industrial nightmare soundtrack. For anyone who didn't think they had claustrophobia, an MRI will test that real fast. And having to hold still through all that while wondering if any of the twitch will make them restart? Torture! Anyone who's been through it knows it's just one of those things you never forget.